Okay, this is your morning brief for Wednesday, May 29th. We have a new report out on New Flyer. It was up 3.5% after announcing acquisition of double-decker bus maker Alex Dennis. So go have a look at that report. We've done a couple on New Flyer. We've called this one pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with that. Earnings reports out today. Dick's Sporting Goods beat earnings per share, same-store sales, and raises guidance. Shares are up about 3% in pre-market. Capri, the parent of Michael Kors, Jimmy Choo, and Versace, misses estimates and lowers guidance. Shares are down about 7% in the pre-market. Abercrombie and Fitch misses earnings per share, same-store sales. Shares are down 15% in pre-market. So Abercrombie just can't get out of its own way. Capri is a little different. It's a little bit up and down, and it's a more solid company for sure, but very inconsistent and unpredictable. Back to Dick's, and Dick's, I would say, even though it looks good in this report, they're in a more of a decline overall, so I would say no to Dick's. Okay, Teva was down 12%. They settled a lawsuit over opioids in Oklahoma. So Oklahoma was saying, they caused the opioid crisis in their state, and Teva decided to settle, admitting no wrongdoing for $89 million, which doesn't sound like that big a deal, except this could expand to other states, and you cut starting at $89 million over every state. And one analyst put out they could face $4.1 billion in litigation costs. So that's not great for Teva, and shares have just gotten killed in this thing. They had a myriad of problems, including price fixing lawsuit as well from the not the FTC, the regulatory bodies there, and it's just been a tough time at Teva. Okay, so J&J is in a similar fight over opioid crisis. But nobody seems to be paying attention now. Clearly, J&J is a bigger company, so it might not be as effective. But this seems to be slipping under the radar for J&J, and I think this is a bigger deal than the talcum powder issue they had a few months back, when that just looked like an opportunity. This looks like more like a warning. So I'd be very cautious on J&J. The futures are down again, and all back to the trade war. And in a Bloomberg report, China is said to be gearing up to weaponize rare earths in trade war. So China supplies 80% of the world with the rare earths, and rare earths are kind of things you need to make semiconductors, cell phones, all these things. Now they're not as rare as the name would imply. What's rare is just concentrated deposits, and China has some concentrated deposits of these rare earths, and I think it totally makes sense that they would do this. Why wouldn't they do this, considering what the U.S. is doing to them? So it's an issue, though, obviously, and it's a problem, and the trade war continues, and this seems to be getting uglier before it's getting better. And I'm starting to get a little bit more cautious and worrying about this trade war a little bit more than I was previously. So there you go. That's your morning brief for Wednesday, May 29th. Let's find some gems.